right, President Biden's family is reportedly urging him to stay in the race, with Hunter Biden being one of his strongest supporters. As another report claims, the family is blaming the president's advisors for his debate flop. Joe Concha is a Fox News contributor, and he joins me now. Joe, good morning to you. So the latest reporting out of the New York Times is that the Biden family is united around him staying in this thing. And Ron Klain also echoed that sentiment on record, saying he is 100% certain the president would stay in this race. What do you think?
Wow. Carly, good morning. If you support President Trump right now, you absolutely, positively, with no ambiguity whatsoever, want Joe Biden to stay in this race. The only better option for Biden is for, as far as if you're looking at Trump winning, is for Biden to drop out and Kamala Harris to be the nominee. Either way, you see polls over the weekend that are absolutely, positively horrifying for Biden and the Democrats. As it stands right now, Donald Trump will win every swing state from North Carolina to Georgia, to Arizona, to Nevada, Wisconsin, Michigan, Pennsylvania. He may very well win states like Minnesota, Virginia, New Hampshire, Maine, New Jersey, our home state, where I'm currently sitting right now, where a poll over the weekend showed Trump winning here. I don't know at this point what Democrats do, because it may be very well impossible to replace Joe Biden because he doesn't want to leave. His family does not want him to leave, and therefore he's the nominee. And what we saw on Thursday night is impossible to reverse in the minds of American voters, that this man is too old, too mentally far gone, and quite frankly, his policies from economy, inflation, crime, the border, foreign policy are just, they're not going well. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, well, we saw that on Thursday night. We also saw a sliver of it yesterday, but it was Nancy Pelosi. She made an appearance on one of the Sunday shows to defend Joe Biden, but it didn't go so well. Watch this.
Joe Biden's decision to go forward is a decision that we will all embrace because of the record he has and the performance that will come with it. It was a bad night. Let's not sugarcoat that. It was a bad night. It was a great presidency. By the way, while the press, and for some reason they don't, there are healthcare professionals who think that Trump has dementia, that his connection, his thoughts do not go together.
Okay, so a little bit difficult to watch Nancy Pelosi stumble while trying to defend Joe Biden stumbles. And this just overall brings up the issue of age, even when it comes to members of Congress.
Oh, absolutely. Let's put it this way. If you had an age rule, Carly, where you say, okay, you can't serve in the Senate, for example, after the age of 70, 75% of the Senate would be gone. I mean, think about that for a moment. 3/4 gone because everybody is old in that particular chamber. And I don't know if this could be going any worse for Biden and that camp and Democrats in general right now. To send out an 84-year-old slurring Nancy Pelosi, who just sounded like she did 8 shots of Goldschlager before doing 4 shots of Jägermeister after a bottle of wine. She can't put her own thoughts together the same way we saw Joe Biden couldn't put his thoughts together during that debate. That perfectly it's the ultimate encapsulation of the current state of the presidential race right now. Yeah, and the panic here is very real, no question about it.
That's a stocked fridge, and I think there's probably some expensive ice cream in there to go along with the booze that you were just talking about. So also in this New York Times report, I wanted to ask you about this. Apparently, Joe Biden's advisors are trying to figure out how to proceed forward to give the president a win, and they are tossing around the idea of a news conference or sit-down interviews so that he could defend his own record and show people that he is able to make up a strong public statement and be in the public eye in a more authoritative way. Yeah. Do you think that will work?
I think in theory it's a good idea, Carly, because what we need to see is not Joe Biden reading a teleprompter and doing a speech where his remarks are written for him. What we need to see is him doing a solo press conference, which he has not done once this entire year. He only did 3 last year. Take questions from not handpicked reporters, by the way. Just take it for an hour and show that you can put together thoughts without them being written for you. If Joe Biden can do that, maybe for some folks anyway, that will be a sign that, okay, he's all right. He could serve for another 4 years until he's 86 years old. But I don't see his handlers putting him out there at this point because they're horrified that they're going to see a repeat of what happened on Thursday night. But I think that's the only solution. He has to sit down during a live interview, by the way, not something that is like a 60 minutes package kind of thing, but where it could be edited, but live or a press conference. Either way, that's the only thing that could possibly remedy this situation. But again, this is a mess. I don't know how to put this, but the weekend made things somehow even worse for Joe Biden after Thursday night. That's certainly for certain.
We are in uncharted territory, to say the least, all trying to navigate it together. Joe, thank you so much.
Thanks, Carly.
I'm Steve Doocy.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.